Like any other business, a HIPAA-covered entity may use a variety of vendors, contractors, and other outside individuals or businesses in the course of delivering its services. If these outside entities provide certain operational activities or functions in which they create, receive, maintain, or transmit PHI on behalf of a covered entity, or they provide certain types of services like accreditation or accounting or legal services, requiring the disclosure of PHI by the covered entity, then the outside vendor or contractor becomes a business associate of the covered entity and is subject to the same security rules and many of the privacy requirements as the covered entity itself. Covered entities may disclose protected health information to an entity in its role as a business associate only to help the covered entity itself carry out its healthcare functions, not for the business associate's independent use or purposes, except as needed for the proper management and administration of the business associate. The privacy rule allows covered providers and health plans to disclose PHI to business associates if the providers or plans obtain satisfactory assurances that the business associate will use the information only for the purposes for which it was engaged by the covered entity, will safeguard the information from misuse, and will help the covered entity comply with some of the covered entity's duties under the privacy rule. A covered entity must obtain satisfactory written assurances from the business associates that the associate will appropriately safeguard the protected health information it creates or receives on behalf of the covered entity. This usually takes the form of a business associate agreement. The security rule requires a business associate to take the same precautions as a covered entity for the security of electronic PHI. Both the covered entity and the business associate can be directly liable for monetary penalties in the event of a HIPAA violation. This presentation will provide you with an overview of who is a HIPAA business associate and the rules that apply to that relationship.